the online lecture of Computer Integrated Manufacturing in Automobile Industry. I am Milan Trivedi, Assistant Professor at Health Institute of Engineering and Technology. In today's lecture, we are going to start with the new chapter, that is Computer Integrated Production Management System. See, in the earlier lecture, we had talked about making the entire manufacturing plant in an automatic way. Starting with that, we had discussed about making the machineries automatic with the help of CNC machine concept. Then in the case of flexible manufacturing system, we had discussed about making the entire plant setup automatic by using the automated guided vehicles, automated storage retrieval system, automated even the different activities which is happening in the particular machine or plant setup. But still there is one part, that is a production management system. We require even the management system, the decisions which is required to be done at the management side, that is also be done with the help of inputs from the computer side. Then we can achieve better productivity. So let us understand how this planning is actually important for the manufacturing. Now, when we talk about the planning in the case of manufacturing, broadly we are having this two perception, that is the business planning and another one is the production planning and control. Talking about this business planning, they actually deal with only one concept, that how much profit they will acquire. Just for your example, if Mukesh Ambani is there, then he is more concerned about this business planning, that how much revenue he will earn from either Geo or from the Reliance Industries or even the oil refineries or many of the business segments. So he plan his activity according to that, then it is called as a business planning. Another one is a production planning and control, which is actually dealing more towards this production activity, right? As per the orders, they need to plan the production activities as per the requirement of the customer, as per the raw material availability. They need to plan the production activities, right? So that is actually the production planning and control. We are dealing more on that second aspect, that is production planning and control. By planning the activity in a proper way, we can achieve these objectives. The first one is minimizing the cost and maximizing the profit. Second one is maximizing the customer satisfaction. Third one is maximizing the resource utilizations. Another one is minimizing the changes in the plant setup, and last one is minimizing the inventory. Inventory is actually the material which is already available, right? Whether it is a finished good or whether it is a raw material, you can minimize that because storage space is very limited in any of the industry. So you need to be focused on the inventory control as well. These are the two basic functions when we talk about production planning and control. As the name suggests, we need to have a control of planning as well as the control. By the word planning, we literally mean that planning of routing. Routing means what will be the material flow, from where the material will arrive and in which particular path it will flow. The second one is loading. Uh, Loading actually deals at two different segment of entire industry, raw material loading as well as the finished good loading, and scheduling, that at what particular time itself precisely they need to select the date, that this time duration we need to finish up with the task, so that scheduling is required to be done. And when we talk about the control, that is work your plan, that is dispatching activities. Expediting is following, means we had planned that on say for example 19th of March raw material must arrive from the particular vendor, so that has been arrived or not, that checking is nothing but that is expediting. And if it's not there, we need to take the corrective action. So these are the activities of the control coming under the control part. That's why the entire department is called as a production planning and control. Now when we do this production planning and control manually, there are a lot of problems or challenges associated. The basic problems are the delays in the raw material sourcing and the approval. The second one is delay in the sample approval. Third one is a production delay. Another one is recording and the communication wrong data. And last one is failing in final QA inspection. So if these are the things which is not in a proper control, it can lead to production delays and the quality issues. So for that reason, we are shifting to the new concept, that is a computer integrated production management system, CIPMS. So how this entire workflow happens, that we need to understand. So first of all, a sales and marketing team will just make a record that these are the things which is required in the market. So according to that, they make a sales forecasting. This many of things will be required during this period of time. Based on that, production planning will be done with the help of even this CAPP, means computer aided process planning. Then they will prepare master schedule that this particular date this product will be manufactured. But for that they require this data, material requirement planning, raw material, how much raw material is required. Then resource planning, that this many resources are available with the factory. So MRP1 and MRP2, these are the two concepts we need to elaborately study. And according to that they need to prepare dispatching, but in between they need to even think about purchasing also, because after preparing the master scheduling, if raw material, some of the raw material we need to choose, then as per that purchasing activity is required to be done, right? How much inventory is available, that is also be thing which is required to be look over whenever we are giving some order, right? So inventory management and purchasing also will come in between. Then manufacturing will happen, quality assurance will be done, then the product would be shipped, right? So this is the entire process of production management system, right? If we are doing these things in a proper way, then we can achieve the better quality and the productivity, right? Now let us understand the cost planning and control. If you produce something, the cost of that component is required to be analyzed, right? It should not be such that the cost is very high, then obviously the customer won't take, and it should not be that much low even, so that the company is not in a profit mode. So this is a prime objective which is required to be solved, and with the help of computer we can give lot of inputs on that particular part. If we are doing that thing, then it is called as a cost planning and control. Another one, that is a material requirement planning. In short, it is also called as a MRP1. In the flow chart also we had discussed about this concept, but as the name suggests, material requirement planning, the factors which is actually dealing with this MRP1, the first one is a dependent and independent demands, right? We require basically the raw materials, but even that raw material is also dependent on some other factor also that we need to evaluate. So that is dependent and independent demands. Another one is a lumpy demands, that is a components which is required in a huge quantity. Say for example a grease is required every now and then when we are doing a predictive maintenance, right? So that is a lumpy demand, right? Irrespective of the product which you are manufacturing, these are the things which is required in a bulk quantity. The third one is ordering and manufacturing lead time. If you had ordered something, right, it will take, naturally it will take some time duration to reach to the factory from the vendor. So what is that particular time duration? That is the ordering time, ordering lead time. Manufacturing lead time is right from the availability of raw material to the time you are finishing that particular product. So that also is required to be taken into account whenever we are doing the material requirement planning. And the last one is items of common use. Say for example nut, bolts, washers, that is a common use items, that is also required to be evaluated under the MRP1. Whenever you are doing the material requirement planning, these are the input things which is required, and based on the input you need to make these outputs. So what are the data which you require? That is master production schedule. Master production schedule is made based on the order which company is receiving, based on the forecast which is given by the sales teams, bill of materials and the inventories. If these are the things which is available, you can make the purchase order, material plan, work orders and reports. The purpose of making this MRP, material requirement planning, is to control the inventory levels, is to assign the operating priorities, the plant capacity to load the production system, right? So that you can give the right part at the right quantity and of right quality. You can give the product within the due date and you can keep the due date validity. You can complete the load at the educate load as per the requirement of the customer, right? The another concept is MRP2, which is actually the manufacturing resource planning, right? Utilization of resource is also useful whenever we talk about manufacturing, right? Coming to this resource utilization, the primary resource is the capacity planning, purchase and the demand management, material requirement planning. As per that, you need to uh, define your particular manufacturing activities. So that is actually nothing but it is manufacturing resource planning, right? So the primary difference between MRP 1 and 2 is MRP 1 is actually dealing with requirement planning and 2 is dealing with the resource planning. In one, you need to plan the need for the material, whereas in the case of 2, you need to plan for the resources. First one, it comprises the manufacturing area, and second one, MRP2, is actually dealing with the entire organization. In first, it is an open system. Second one is a closed system. In the one, it responds to what, how much, and when to acquire the materials. Whereas in the case of MRP2, how much and when it will be produced, and what are the available resources that has been evaluated. MRP 1 actually improves material and the production scheduling, whereas 2 improves the productivity. Now, let us understand the last topic of production management system, that is just in time. Just in time GIT, this is actually one Japanese concept which is used to increase the productivity, and that has been focused on the 7 different types of waste. If you actually minimize the 7 different waste, then you can achieve the lean manufacturing concept, right? So which are that 7 different ways which is focused that we are going to discuss. The first one is the inventory waste. Inventory can be of two parts, that is a raw material inventory or a finished good inventory. If you manage that thing, you can eliminate that particular waste. The second one is a waiting, that availability of raw material, finished good reaching to the customer. If you are reducing that waiting time, you can achieve lean manufacturing. Then the defect free management. For that, even the Six Sigma manufacturing concept will also came into picture. If you are minimizing that defect, you can achieve lean manufacturing. Then overproduction or over processing, right? If overproduction has been happening, then obviously inventory is increasing, right? And that even won't reach to the customer. That is actually leading to the mismanagement. Another one is over processing, which literally mean if this kind of surface finishing is not required, then also if you are developing, then obviously you are wasting time, energy, and money. Right? Another one is transportation, that is coming under supply chain management. If you deal that thing in a proper way, then you can deliver right quantity at the right time, right? And last one is a motion, right? In between practice itself, if you are avoiding some unnecessary motion, then you can actually achieve the lean manufacturing. That's why we had discussed about assembly line in our particular subject itself, because that is actually focusing on this motion part. We are avoiding the unnecessary motion. So if you are achieving some of the particular scenario through which you can eliminate the 7 different ways, then you are getting the just-in-time concept. Right? That's all for this 2 days and the particular computer integrated production management system.